I'll be back with you again with scores, but kickoff right around the corner. Here are Brandon Gott.
Much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome up to the National Football League on EA a few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the fired up as their guys are ready to do battles. And the Memphis Steamers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get their last time out, so they'll...
One of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Orlando club, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start.
Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down inside the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 68 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
He'll look to throw. And he will take it in for the touchdown from 19 yards away. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, the underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you somewhere along the way the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown. A great play there. 76 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Well, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you could see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Back to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Cummings. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They're going to look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The setup to throw. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And his guys have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it? Big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards there and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Out out of the gun now on third down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means that, so you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown.
We touchdown City.
Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And 5 yards on the play there. It's a drop.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down. And that'll set them back 5. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 2nd and 3.
They gave up the completion.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cummings. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down, and his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And touchdown! A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Over the middle, complete. That's Cummings. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And this offense on 3rd down today, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 9. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down. But if these guys are going to chomp into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down, and they rallied and made the tackle.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check. Fresno.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Looking to throw, and he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw here. His throw caught at about the 5. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Extra point safely through, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they try the right side here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 1:50 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Situation there, what would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.